Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Big Russ for Redneck. Not even Redneck Reviews anymore. We're Project Concept. The name change was all me because I'm not doing reviews. Plain and simple. I'm not going to do, unless it's a product that I'm purchasing for myself to use, I'm not going to review it. Just because there's so many other review channels out there. Fair enough? Fair enough. Alright. On the top. Today's topic. I'm considering bringing back I don't even know how to say it. But I'm bringing something back that I did years ago that I enjoyed doing. I am an amateur, or was an amateur, automotive blogger. Some of you guys may remember a website called Cardomain. Well, Cardomain had this thing where if you were a user of their site, you could write a blog post and be published. Now, you couldn't just write a blog post saying fuck Chevy Ford's rule or, Mopar, no car. No, you actually had to put a little effort into it to get published. And that gave me an opportunity to put some things I like together in a creative manner to do something constructive. At the time, I was unemployed. I had just gotten out of the military and moved cross country and was looking for a job, so I had a lot of time on my hands to do this because you can only, do so much in a day before businesses say, hey, stop. Okay? So, that being said, I'm actually in a position where I can do this again. Yeah. I did two that I remember. Two auto blogs that I can remember very well. They were both very fun on my end. They seemed well received on the blog. Okay? And that made me feel good. I was 22 at the time, 21 to 23. I'm still a young adult. I'm still a young adult. Don't let this fool you. And this was before Facebook really got insane. It was after MySpace collapsed, but before Facebook went crazy. That little time period, okay? And one was the history of hot hatches. If you don't know what a hot hatch is, you are missing out on a crazy segment in the automotive industry because you're probably stuck in the 60s where muscle cars are still king. That being said, it's not a bad mentality because muscle cars still kick ass. But hot hatches, just a summary, are basic passenger vehicles that are a hatchback, okay? Not a wagon, but a hatchback that has been modified by the factory or a factory-approved tuner to be a performance-oriented model, okay? Certain vehicles come to mind. Civic Type R, Volkswagen GTI, the Golf R, Focus, ST and RS, Fiesta ST, Fiat 500 Abarth. Okay, these are some of the hot hatches that are available right now. Okay. The other one, well, with that one, I broke it into like 3 chapters. Okay, 3 chapters. It wasn't by age or anything; it was by era. Okay, so like the the 60s and 70s, the kind of beginning of hot hatches. Sorry. late 70s to, I'd say, mid 80s, where hot hatches were really kicking in. The 90s, late 80s to mid 90s, when hot hatches kind of died off a little. And then the resurgence in the early 2000s. It's a very interesting demographic in the automotive industry. If it wasn't for the GTI being the first mass-produced, cars like the Fiesta ST, and the RS, the ST line in general, the RS Ford, the SRT Ford Caliber I owned, crazy car. The Mazda Speed 3. Certain vehicles wouldn't exist today if it wasn't for the GTI. But the GTI wasn't the very first. And that's where I started. At the very first. The other series I did, I don't even know if it was a series, if it was just a singular post. But it was about muscle trucks and sport trucks. The history of them. Going back to the 60s with the Dodge Dude. Yeah, the Dude. It was just an appearance package that made a long bed Dodge pickup truck look sporty. That was it. Now, muscle trucks have kind of gone away again because of the gas prices, but if you know where to look, you can still find them brand new. Yet, you just have to look in the right places at the right dealerships. Ford came out with the trimmer on the last body F-150, not the 18, not the new aluminum body, but the last body, which had a EcoBoost and a regular cab short bed that you could have as a 2 or 4-wheel drive. Chevy, if you know how to order a truck, you can get a muscle truck. It might not look like a muscle truck, but it is. Same with Dodge. You can go right now to any Dodge dealership and buy a RT Ram, which, in order to be an RT Ram, it has to be a 2-wheel drive, single cab, sport. Okay? 3 things to make it an RT. And it has the Hemi. Or you could save about $7,000 and get an express 2-wheel drive, regular cab, short bed with a Hemi. Same looks. You get a little bit worse quality interior. You get cloth instead of leather, different wheels, and no RT badge. But it's the same truck, aside from gearing. Chevy, you can buy a regular cab short bed V8 still to this day. You can go buy these muscle trucks, guys. And it's cool because you can have a factory muscle truck with a warranty. Who says you have to go buy a Camaro, a Mustang, a Challenger to go fast when you can buy a pickup truck and smoke them if you're smart? So what I'm proposing, guys, is if you like this idea, is I could try to go to dealerships, right? Some larger dealerships. I wouldn't go to ones in my town because they're not they're not gonna have these type of vehicles aside from the pickups. Okay, aside from the trucks, they won't have like hot hatches. Toyota doesn't offer one. Chevy does, but it's really not a hot hatch. It just has more torque in the turbo variant than the naturally aspirated variant. Our Ford store, they had a I want to say it was a Fiesta ST, sit there for the better part of a year. So you can tell they're not going to really have any. So I was thinking, if you guys like this idea, I could go a couple towns over, whatever, to these larger dealers and show you guys what a modern hot hatch is. What there's so much great about them, you know, this, that, and the other. And you guys would, I hope, would get a kick out of it. Same with the muscle truck idea. I would love to get my hands on a first and second gen Lightning, SRT Ram, you know, SS 454 Silverado, Silverado SS. You know, there's a bunch of muscle trucks out there that I would love to get my hands on to show you guys how obscure and crazy that market is as well. So with that being said, guys, please leave me some likes and comments if this is an idea you want to see. I love them. I love them. I've owned 2 hot hatches. One obscure, one you guys think I'm nuts for owning. Okay? Yeah. Trust me, I would love to track down some older hot hatches to test drive for you guys and relive a few memories from one that I used to own. But, yeah. I want to go. I kind of want to do an automotive archaeology with you guys, showing you the history of shit, giving you a background on where some of these trends came from. Okay, a lot of stuff that we do on the East Coast, they did on the West Coast years ago. And if you think I'm crazy, look out your window. Dead serious. There is a DVD called West Coast Movement that, or the West Coast Influence, I'm sorry, that documents the history of mini trucking from the West Coast and how it spread all across the country. So, yeah, guys, love you guys. Please leave me some likes and comments if you want me to do this. Even if you don't want me to do it, I'll probably do it, just not as extreme, you know? But, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. I've got some new content coming very soon. If it's this or something else, you'll have to wait to see. That's it, guys. Have a wonderful day.